to America.
Did we finally agree?
Oh, what? Let's give it up. How's everybody doing today? So yeah, the lives are looking better on LinkedIn. I think we should definitely get an applause for that. Seeing people coming out with intros and outros. You have to. So we're gonna see. I've been threading the needle, baby. We'll see if these get us any copyright strikes. YouTube has been just going mental. Say, yay, man! Hey, man! I did one. The Dictator with the silent film legend. The Dictator with, oh man, his name is escaping me, but yeah, YouTube was just like, we're gonna give you a strike, man. You can't be playing The Dictator by Charlie Chaplin. I got it. Okay, so see this? This is my fidget ring. Helps me remember stuff. So yeah, we're gonna talk today about the importance of women in today's cinema, in yesterday's cinema, and how it was Jewish Hollywood. Right? Jewish Hollywood was bringing this to the table. Real women. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Jewish Hollywood's feminist legacy. And so we are the adults in the room. Okay, so it's important for us to lead when we see our kids sort of go astray. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about like this. These poor kids are shocked and horrified, but with the war in Israel, between Israel and Hamas, they're horrified about the war in Ukraine, as they should be. But you cannot be putting so here is the Islamic world, and see this little red, that's Israel, man. So, I don't even know what that means. You can't pink wash colonialism. If anybody knows what that means, just let me know in the chat. You can't. What does that mean, man? You know what you can't do? You cannot put the Jewish culture in that box, in that colonialist white male narrative. All right? As much as, the colonialist white toxic patriarchy and that whole thing, right? As much as you may hate that as a person with liberal views, we as the adults in the room cannot let our kids be stupid. We have to tell them, look, see that little red thing right there? You see that little red thing? Huh? Do you see that little red thing? That's Israel. You see that? You see all of these Islamic, majority Islamic nations around little Israel. That's right. You see that? You see, this is the Muslim world. This is Israel. Okay? And the sad truth is, okay, I'm going to, full disclosure, we're going to see some pretty disturbing images. Okay? So ISIS throws man accused of being gay off of building in Iraq, right? There's some pretty horrific images. Good thing we don't necessarily see them. ISIS, many of their enemies share homicidal hatred of gays, so they're throwing this guy off a building and about to throw this guy. He actually survives, so they stone him to death. Okay, so kids, okay, come on, Queers for Palestine. All right, we can't, as adults, let this cognitive dissonance resonate. All right, it's our responsibility to say, look, here's Israel, the little red dot there, okay? And to the point of this video, it was the Jewish culture who was pioneering liberal ideas, putting women in this feminist, strong feminist light way before Israel was a state. And we see this diversity and inclusion in the golden age of cinema, like at an incredible, just movie after pioneering movie. It was Jewish Hollywood that was the tip of the spear. So, to be attacking the Jewish culture as being, colonialist and white, toxic, male, and then come on. It's just ridiculous, not on a political sense, but just historically and from a factual reality. And we can see that reality within the golden age of cinema. And so let's just look at a couple of quotes of famous actresses. I am a woman meant for a man, but I never found a man who could compete. Oh, Bette Davis in the house. Right? Do you get what I'm saying? If it was Islamic fundamentalist money, or even Puritan Christian executive producers that were putting out movies in the golden age of cinema, like, do you think the people who throw gays off of buildings, right? This is what these people need to ask themselves. Do they think the Hamas and ISIS and Islamic fundamentalists would appreciate a woman saying, I am a woman meant for a man, but I never found a man who could compete? Right? That's a Western idea. The Islamic cultures would be like, what the heck are you saying, man? So it's important that we continue to celebrate our Western tradition, which is a tradition of inclusion and diversity, and that's what everybody loves about America. Is this we're the hope of the world. We had a black guy for president. Come on. I remember 2008. Do you remember? Obama was like the president of the world. Just like, look at this. Look at America, man. They're electing a black dude. And Obama, for whatever you think about him politically, that dude was so charismatic, man. When he got up to speak, he was just completely, totally inspiring. Yes, we can. That whole thing. I'm even getting a little bit of chills thinking about those days. Right? That's what America is known for. And that sensibility was spearheaded and pioneered by the golden age of Hollywood, which was in large part funded by Jewish executive producers. Okay, here's another quote. I still think it's possible to make a success of both marriage and career, even though I didn't. All right, Barbara Stanwyck, what do we have next? There is more to sex appeal than just measurements. All right, Audrey. Come on, tell it. I don't need a bedroom to prove my womanliness. I can convey just as much sex appeal picking apples off a tree or standing in the rain. Yes, you can, girl. And yeah, let's give it up for Audrey Hepburn. And this is what everybody loved about America in the golden age of cinema. Here's Grace Kelly. I don't want to be married to somebody who feels inferior to my success or because I make more money than he does. So I don't, today we take so many things for granted. But when Grace Kelly said that, that was in the 50s, late 40s, 70s, almost 100 years ago. That was just like, for the people in this culture, right, where they're throwing, gay people off of buildings, right? In that culture, they could never, ever conceive of a man being more powerful than a woman. It just could not be part of their reality, and to suggest something like that would, it's a big thing, honor killing, and then women paying for their lives for disrespect to the family, and so on and so forth. So it's important that we, as the adults in the room, right, you have to find a way, right? You have to find a way. And that's kind of the approach, that we're taking with the Stars of David experience. It's sort of Seth Gordon, Alex Hormozy hybrid. Seth Godin said, man, you just have to stand for something important. Do you want to be mediocre? You want to sell to everybody, you can do that. That's what the factory gave us. That's what Ford Motor Company gave us, the assembly line mass production. But if you really want to make a dent in the world, it's important, especially today with the internet. The way forward is to stand for something important where you're making a dent in the world. And then Alex Hormozy has the social media tactics, which supercharge your business or your idea. Hormozy's tactics, Godin is strategy. So what is the strategy? Like, how do you can't really preach to these kids, right? They're just going to turn off in a heartbeat. They're not going to want, look, the Jewish Hollywood's feminist legacy, man. Real woman, kids. Don't you get it? Don't you get it? Especially if you are a guy like me coming, talking and saying that just my voice and the way that I carry myself is a turn off, and so there's there's got to be a way where you can talk about the things, and LinkedIn Live is a way forward. And so we are on the Stars of David campaign, where we're creating art, right? We're creating art in a realistic format. So we're gonna, let's see how we're doing. Yeah, we're doing good. Okay, so we're gonna just go on a little, let's see if I can get the show running here. So we're gonna go on a little presentation, and we're gonna talk about this artistic method. Let's give it up for the show, the presentation. All right, so it's the method that I've got a daughter in France, so I'm traveling back and forth from America to Paris, make sure the immigration thing, is cool. So, I spent over a decade in Paris when my daughter was real young, and, I know the Louvre like the back of my hand. Anyway, so we're gonna go through on a trip to the Louvre together. What do you say, man? It's gonna be fun. And so, yes, the method is built on artistic tradition, scientific fact, and so let's see if I can do this. Is it gonna? Yeah, here we go. The Louvre. All right, we're in the Louvre Den and Wing, people. We're going to go see the Mona Lisa. All right, so Den and Wing, you just follow the little Mona Lisa. You go through the Hall of Antiquity. You're on the level 0, the French first floor, and we're gonna go see the Winged Victory. This is the inspiration of the Nike brand, and so this is a very important sort of place for our discussion. You are here, okay? So you're right here at the Winged Victory of Samothrace. It was found on a Greek island, this statue. And so we're going to just cruise, hang a right here, hang a left, and we're going to be in one of the strangest parts of all of art history. Okay, I was trying to do a podcast here, and it was just such a disaster. You can't broadcast. The walls are too thick in the Louvre. Anyways, so where were we? Okay, so this is the scary baby Jesus medieval room, and there are all of these pictures of Jesus looking like Danny DeVito, or or like a little mobster, right? So these were designed to create fear, right? The King of Kings, the Son of God, came to earth to save you from your sins, because you're going to go to hell, and Jesus came down as the King of Kings, right? Through the birth canal of the Virgin Mary, right? Oops, sorry. And so, boom, medieval portraits of the Christ child were having Christ, not really looking like a baby. And, this guy, what's going on there, man? I mean, come on. Let's, Oops, I want to erase all of my ink. Yeah, there we go. All right, so what am I trying to say? That's a very good question. Okay, so we are in the salle de sept Met, also known as the scary baby Jesus room, so just to get your reference there. All right, so that threshold right there is one of the most important thresholds in all of our history, because so here we are in the Middle Ages, the 1300s, the bubonic plague era, right? It was sort of a warming period, and the great cathedrals were popping up all over the place. And so that threshold right here is the cross between, in an instant, we went from scary baby Jesus to like nobody really knowing how to paint, into a world of realism that progresses as we go see the Mona Lisa into this dramatic, cinematic expression of biblical stories. So let's take a look. Okay, so you are here in the most important threshold in all of art history. I'm calling it. All right. So we can continue. All right, follow the Mona Lisa, and here we're in the grand room, salle 710, the Grand Gallery, right? So we went through the scary baby Jesus room, and now we're in the Grand Gallery. You are here right next to Da Vinci's depiction of Jesus. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference between scary baby Jesus, right? This is the 1300s. You cross this threshold and you get rock star Jesus. Let's give it up for rock star Jesus. Jesus Christ, superstar in the house. And that happens in an instant. Okay? All right. Oops, I'm going backwards. Okay. So now here in the Grand Gallery, to our left, right here is Caravaggio. And right this way is the Mona Lisa, right in there. Okay? But as we walk through the gallery, we see all of a sudden everybody knows how to paint. 3D realism just hitting us in the face, baby. And then, right? So the 3D realism, the technical ability to create something that looks real, was transformed into, now we don't have scary baby Jesus, we have Jesus feeling emotion, the torture of the passion, the torture of being whipped and on his journey to be crucified. And now we see baby Jesus in a way they've never painted baby Jesus before, like a real baby. And this is so unbelievably important in art history, because before we had this fear-based Jesus, scary Danny DeVito Jesus, right? Coming down as the King of Kings, but yet a little guy, all strange and weird, kind of balding. I don't know what that was about. Jesus losing hair, right? That's how they were depicting him. And that was meant to cause a fear. You're in this huge cathedral, you're a peasant, you're illiterate, and you feel a sense of fear, which is a definite sensation in the lower solar plexus. And then all of a sudden, baby, boom, you're here with this glorious image of the tenderness of mother and child. And baby Jesus looks like a baby with the little cute baby hands and feet, and the way the mother is holding the baby, and the baby's resting the head. So this was, I'm sure this was posed for real, and I'm sure the reason why there's a green cushion, this is called the Madonna with the green cushion, I'm sure the reason the green cushion is here is because the woman had to stay and pose with the baby, and instead of holding the baby, right, the baby's resting on a cushion so the artist could get his blocking going. And so this is just a revolution in painting, because now the painting is gonna create an emotion that moves the chemistry of fear into the chemistry of love, and so you don't feel that tension in the lower stomach. You look at it, it's like, oh, looks like a cute little baby, right? And you get the sensation of love and of happiness. And so, you know the song Silent Night, Holy Night, right? It was generated from that storytelling of of Jesus as an adorable little baby, not as Jesus as some scary Danny DeVito character. All right, get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? All right. So we can continue. Yeah, so 1370s, and we crushed that threshold, and in an instant we know how to paint. Okay, and so what's going on? Well, let's keep moving forward. Now we've got the glorious Mona Lisa. We're in the Salle de Joconde, and in this room, we see the cinematic grandeur and drama, storytelling, and sensuality, right? We see that in early Baroque painting, post-Renaissance painting, and this ability to paint happened overnight, right? All of a sudden nobody could paint, and then all of a sudden you cross that threshold and everybody can paint. And so what do we start painting? We start painting these images, these dramatic, cinematic images of great emotion, telling the story of the passion of Christ. And here Jesus is turning water into wine, right, at the wedding. The name escapes me at the second of that piece. It's a famous piece. Jeez, it's called Canis, the wedding. I don't want to embarrass myself. Anyways, so this idea of idolizing these stories, right, in a cinematic, huge canvas, in a cinematic way, is really the birth of the golden age of cinema, because we can see the same lighting techniques in these Renaissance paintings as we do in the early days of cinema. And just like painting, realistic painting happened in an instant, cinema happened in an instant. And all of a sudden we were using these stories of emotion to tell using this new painting to tell their stories, which were important to them. And then we as a culture, we use the canvas of cinema with dramatic lighting to tell the stories that were important to us. And the stories that were important to us were stories of inclusion and diversity, man. All right? So the Seth Golden point is to paint art, right? And to offer these images of golden age movie stars and that's what this image represents. It represents an reaction against this type of storytelling. Okay, so Queers for Palestine, of course, we understand that these kids are terrified and completely horrified by the images of war that they're seeing. Okay, but instead of saying, hey kids, don't be stupid, right? That never works. Kids, don't be stupid, right? Instead of that, we throw exhibitions and just have a blast celebrating these golden age cinema stars with art. So that's the Seth Golden part, right? That's the Seth Golden part of what we're doing. And this is the Hallux Hormozy part. So let's see if I can do this. All right. So I can pull my website right up here somewhere. Where do I have it? Oh, I don't have it, but I'll get it in one second. So yeah, so we were gonna paint together. I'm gonna show you how. Okay, so let's give it up for the Stars of David experience. Yeah, baby. Gorgeous. So this is the Alex Hormozy part. We're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube, telling the story. Right? Don't we look cool? And so right there, you see that image? That image is an actual painting. And these images are now offered in print, right? A print collection. So you can see that they're available in intimate exhibition formats. So the intimate selection is about 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. That's like 9 centimeters. Then we've got image size about 8 centimeters by 8 centimeters, and this is so it's about like 3 feet by 3 feet, a exhibition size print. All right, and part of the Hormozy thing is he's like, you gotta give it away free. So let's see. Let's see if I can do this. All right, there it is. Let me get some light on this. Okay, so there's the print. This is how the actual painting looks. That's my logo, and then we got the date and the signature right there, and it's numbered. I don't know if you can see the number, but I'm offering to give these for free to anyone who wants. It's $100 value, and I'm giving these for free to anybody who wants to be interviewed. We're going to do a Zoom interview. I'll record it, and then I'll feature it on the broadcast. So this is a way to get the word out, and I'm going to be contacting, the goal is 100 emails, 100 contacts a day, and I'm offering this as a gift. And can you imagine? Because we're going like big time. I've got an atelier in Paris, and I've got an atelier in Chicago, and we're just going to be lighting it up. And the goal is to have prints, right? Prints like this, paintings, murals, right? And NFTs. And so once this thing hits, because it's going to hit just a matter of time to build this community, this will be worth so much, right? Put it in a little frame in about 3. You'll get it for free if you do an interview with me, right? You put it out. It's this guy who believes we need to celebrate Jewish Hollywood and their expression of an inclusion and diversity, because he believes we have to lead the way and not let our kids have this view of the world without offering another view of the world. Sure, you can have this view, but it's up to us as adults to say, she was the biggest gender bender on the planet, right? She was like Kim Kardashian in the early days of cinema. So you can't lump the Jewish culture, because without the Jewish culture, without Jewish executive producers, she would have never, her character and her presence would have never made it onto the silver screen. If it was Puritan Christian money, or if it was Islamic fundamentalist funding, they would have never had funded somebody with her intensity. And I'll show you real quick here. I think we can do this. I'll have to turn down the sound. But if we go here to the website, I'll play you a little video. Where is it? Well, I can play. Okay. So I'm going to go like that, but I'm actually going to play, and we're going to watch this video together, because I went and proposed this for a mural, and it was and some of these open tabs to release some All right, here we go. It's coming up. Give it 1 second. So this is the promotional video that I used to offer this as a mural in this like super DEI community, and I was told that's no way you're going to get her image on a wall in this community by a community leader. He says she's too beautiful, she's too pro-Jewish, and she's too white, right? And so I was like, are you kidding me? I thought the guy was crazy, but he was correct. This image was rejected not once, not twice, but 3 times. All right. And it's a good thing because it has sort of inspired me to say, really? Okay, you can have your opinion. Well, here's my opinion. So here's our opinion as far as this is the promotional video that got rejected. So I'm going to turn down the music. We're going to watch it together. And I think that's good broadcast for today. Okay, here we go.
Lights are flashing, hearts are beating on the dance floor. We are meeting, equal rights. We're all the same. Love unites us. Feel the flame, breaking barriers, spreading love. Together we rise above. Hand in hand, we take a stand. In this world, love commands. Hearts are beating on the dance floor. We are meeting equal rights. We're all the same. Love unites us. Feel the flame. Breaking barriers. Spreading love. Together we rise above. Hand in hand, we take a stand. In this world, love commands. Celebrate, celebrate. Equality and love. Celebrate, celebrate. Everybody rise above. Come on. Echoes of freedom. Let's rejoice. Join the rhythm. Hear the voice. Hearts shout. Feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Unity in every way. Celebrate. Let's sway. Every heart, every soul. Love will make us whole. Celebrate. Celebrate. Equality and love. Celebrate. Celebrate. Everybody rise above. Come on, come on. Echoes of freedom. Let's rejoice. Join the rhythm. Hear the voice. Hearts shout. Feel the beat. Together, love is sweet. Unity in every way. Celebrate. Let's sway. Every heart, every soul. Love will make us whole. Celebrate. Equality and love. Celebrate. Celebrate. Everybody rise above.
Oh, right. So yeah, that was part of the proposal, which was rejected. And that's cool, you know. It gave me inspiration. And this, you know, this village has got this whole DEI thing. They're all like, "This is our charter," you know, our DEI. Cool. That's your charter. This is my love and respect for the diversity and inclusion, which makes America America, right? That's what everybody loves. That's what the world loves about America, is that we're this free, you know? And so that's the story. We're combining Alex Hormozy. Let's see if we can. I love this picture. We're combining Alex Hormozy and Seth Godin. Hope I'm saying both names. Hope I got them both spelled correctly. Right? The passion and the tribe-centric nature of Seth Godin. Right? If you're part of this tribe, you're glamorous, you're sexy, you're cool, you're black, you're woman, you're gay. That's what this club means. All right? And you are celebrating the American Jewish community who leverage their time and energy and money, sometimes risking everything that they had to put movies on the silver screen that celebrated inclusion and diversity. So we're going to be celebrating the culture who was the who are the tip of the spear. We're not going to be celebrating the culture that throws people off of buildings, man. That is not cool, all right? So, if you're part of our tribe, you're part of coolness, man, and you understand that Jewish people are not white, toxic male colonialists, all right? That's what the Stars of David experience is all about. It's a celebration of inclusion and diversity. It's a respect to the Jewish Hollywood culture that was the tip of the spear. It's a celebration of realistic art. It's a celebration of glam. It's a celebration of sexy, beautiful, strong women. Right? All of those things that we see in the early days of cinema, it's a celebration of that. And so this tribe is going to have glamorous exhibitions, glamorous auctions, and glamorous murals, right? Big parties and lots of celebration, lots of love, and lots of understanding that how cool we are as a country, as leaders in this inclusion and diversity movement. And, inclusion and diversity does not, like these kids. I understand war is a horrible thing, but no sad faces, man. No sad faces. Right? No sad faces. What America has done for the world and what the Jewish America has done for the world through the golden age of cinema. There's that anti-Semitic trope that, the Jews came in, took over Hollywood. No. Did Nike come in and take over gym shoes? No. Nike came in and they provided this awesome product that everybody wanted. The American Jewish culture went into the movie business and created a product that the world was hungry for. And the only culture that could be producing this type of an inclusion and diversity that early on was the American Jewish culture, man. Come on, let's give a boom. Yeah, baby. A boom is good. All right. So, it was a good broadcast. Okay, so we're going to see if we're going to get any strikes for the images of the movies in the beginning. We'll see. All right. Thanks for watching. Leave your questions and comments in the chat and screenshot this image if you want to be interviewed and get a free $100 value. You'll be on Zoom. We'll record the Zoom interview and then I'll feature it on the broadcast, just like I'm featuring all these other elements. I'll say, hey, I just had a great conversation with so-and-so, boom, and then you will get this $100 value for free. All right? The Golden Hormozy. is on. Alrighty. Thanks again for watching. And we'll see you next time.